Yeah.
So now, how about we discuss everyone's favorite topics, politics? What are your views on current political environment in Finland? Are we going in the right direction?
That's a big question. I think in the whole world, the direction is somehow quite strongly shifting, has been shifting in the last years. And it's somehow worrying, of course, that it's getting so polarized. And that's something that worries me the most, that people don't listen to each other anymore. And we don't have so strongly anymore the common idea that everybody should be kept get kept along and going forward together. But there's more like you want to be on one polarized side, and then you are just like saying bad things about the other side, and that's the way to get media coverage, and then try to somehow win and get votes. And I really don't like that. I would like it to be much more about how to build a good society and what are our true ideas for a better society, and not so much about this so-called identity politics, which is somehow now getting the most coverage also in the media.
Yeah. Like you correctly, it's not a Finnish. We can see the shift across the Western Hemisphere. In the Eastern and the South, they've got a lot more other problems. So politics doesn't, come up as the top priority for people. But in the Western countries, clearly the shift is to the right, an extreme far right. And it's like in Austria, France, everywhere it seems to be the rise of this seems to be, conservatism is one thing, but racism is a different one.
Yeah, that's
two different factors there. So you can be socially conservative, that's fine. But unfortunately, this conservatism, whether it's defined by religion or whichever, it always has some kind of a hook into racism. That is hard to understand. And I think this is very easy for people to use racism as a scapegoat. And it is always like in this New York, this really nice topic, New York, race. This Zoran Mamdani, mayoral candidate, and he's been. He's got all the right things, right agenda. Real issues.
He's talking about issues.
Exactly. He's talking about issues, not races, not religion, not like statues. Or like, should we have that statue or not? Should we have, irrelevant topics?
Yeah, he's not talking about things which are emotional and bringing out emotions. More about what's actually what the matters are.
Exactly, and then politicians use race, and they use this. I think even there's this Toni Morrison quote that Mamdani recently mentioned. It's really, really relevant, and said that the objective, the purpose of racism is diversion. It's always to divert the attention from whatever is the real issue to, the context in which he mentioned is slightly different from the context in which I am saying it here, is that racism diverts the issue from the real problem to completely different area.
Yeah.
Scapegoating a group of people. I think this is really sad and worrying, and for us as a broader immigrant community, people feel threatened.
Yeah.
We in the immigrant communities, we feel worried about the direction in which Finland is headed. Is it any more the best place for immigrants or not? This is often debated in immigrant circles. And there was this misconception that immigrants don't care. Wrong. They do, because we've settled here. We like we've chosen Finland as our home.
Yeah.
And we have kids and families living here, and we're contributing to the community.
Yeah.
And we want Finland to grow because this is our adopted home. I mean, the family that you're born in is not your choice, but friends you make, that's a choice you make. And a lot of immigrants, it's a choice living in Finland.
Yeah.
And it's not a compulsion, but it's a choice. Like he's mentioned that a huge number of Pakistani and a lot of other, not just Pakistani community. No immigrant wants to be, to not prosper. Nobody wants to, and similarly, the same applies to immigrants. They don't want to just sit and drink coffee. Nobody wants that. But I'd be sitting and drinking coffee and worrying when I have no opportunities. And to label that these guys are just drinking coffee, you have to understand, why are they drinking coffee? Do they have the opportunities? Maybe that's also an area that has to be discussed.
And I think the reason that I think we should also think about where the racism is coming from, what's the psychological reason for it. And I guess part of it is the fear of something new, something unknown. And maybe that's something that we should look more into, like how we can diminish or get this fear, the feeling of fear when you see a person that doesn't look like you or has a little bit different habits. Why should you be afraid? And probably the more multicultural we become, the less fear there will be for this kind of things which earlier felt like something new and scary. So I think that, for example, in Vantaa, even though we have a lot of people coming from all around the world, I don't think that we have more racism than a very small city with no immigrants. I think it's the vice versa. Actually, the place where there is less immigrants, there is more racism, because there's more of this fear of who are these people, and I feel unsettled because of what are they doing, and I don't know what they are speaking, and why are they dressed this way. I guess this is some kind of a feeling coming from somehow somewhere inside, which people are not controlling and maybe not noticing so well. So maybe that's one way of trying to deal with the racism, is to really go deep into understanding where it's coming from, and then somehow tackling that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right that it's natural when you see something different to feel there is a natural threat response to it, to be a bit like, okay, take us some distance. But the politicians use that.
Yeah, they use that.
They build on top of it and make it an issue. I mean, rather than making it a positive issue, it's easier. Fear is the easiest way to drive people.
Yeah.
So I think that's unfortunately.
So and is it because we don't have the answers to these big and difficult questions? We don't know what to say to those. So then we are building the popularity through other themes like racism.
True.
Because the world is so uncertain at the moment.